Okie dokie, I'm back. I had some coffee and some breakfast. So, we're about to do some KV or Dragon Campaign playoff action. This is Dark Spear. I will be doing playoff streaming all playoff long. So, make sure you like and subscribe my channel, and you'll get notifications when I go live. So, we're going to go ahead and go in here. I believe it should be starting any minute. Looks like 1 minute, 44 seconds to go. This is going to be Dew Kingdom 491 Leafy Cup versus Devil 242 FTW. We just hit somebody in the sea with a wounded rally. So I'll go ahead and heal. I throw in my healing glass real quick to do a heal. And then I never heal directly from that page. I always close it out and heal like that. I don't know why. So this is our base. Just waiting for this to start up. Okay, 40 seconds to go. Other playoff wins. So Win 1, Watt 1, BK1 RRR is about to start at the same time as this, but they requested not to be shown. That'll change next round. So, I mean, from after this round on, everybody's getting shown. The winners of all these A through H brackets, they'll all get put into a championship playoff bracket, and then all those games will be streamed. All right, let's go. Takes a minute to drop us onto the map. There we go. Game's been pretty laggy lately. Okay, so they get 5 minutes to kind of arrive and set up. So let's look at who's where. Looks like Dew will be on the left-hand side. So Dew will be red. W blue. So we got Lou, who we recognize here. So I recognize Lou from chats. Dark Queen. Dark Queen. Mr. Pan. So here's Clara. She's got the new wings. There's purple wings. Clara's good. People still kind of loading. Takes a minute to tap after they've landed. There's Clara, Lord 60. She's the current king. I think this Mr. Pan's pretty powerful too. I believe he's been a king in their rotation. Okay, here's Faraz. So Faraz just landed. So FTW is here to play. They got a lot of players. There's Faraz. Okay, let's see who we got on Dude's side over here. We got, looks like 2 minutes, 15 seconds. Dude's filling the board. Alright, so I was corrected on some of my misreadings on who's who here. So who do we got over here? Everybody's changed their name, looks like. Looks like everybody decided to do a name change before the match. Interesting. So nobody wants their stats shown is what that tells me. Everybody's hiding their stats. Nobody wants their name associated with their stats. Whatever, guys. So not everybody. God of Death, he didn't. He's the same guy from last week. God of Death, he kept his name. Everybody's so secretive over their stats. Nobody wants to have their battle reports analyzed by me, I guess. Okay, so we got 48 seconds to go. If it's anything like last week, Dew will probably sit back and shoot shots from range, deep range snipers. So, yeah, everybody changed their avatar picture to a bunch of ninjas with different names. That's an interesting tactic. Everybody's trying to save their stealth technology, doesn't want anybody to see their stats. Whatever. Okay, so we're about to start. Let's just see. I'm pretty sure I know what Dew's gonna do, so let's see what FTW does out the gate. So we just started. We got some porting. Here we go. Arrow, General Ray, Super. So we got a lot of good, well-known players over here. You know, that's the benefit of staying your own name, is people can kind of get to know who these people are. But Dew wants to be ninjas, so they want to be ninjas. Whatever. All right. So let's take a look at who jumped to the crystal mine. FTW sent 3 castles to the crystal mine. Here's one of their strong castles here. This is a strong castle. You don't want to get hit by that one. So FTW's got 3 castles at the crystal mine. Looks like they're in possession currently of the crystal mine. Dew is sitting back like originally thought and shooting from distance. FTW's got a castle at the armory. So FTW's decided to port a couple castles around. Oh, here we go. Now we got a Dew castle that landed. But we can't say who they are because no idea what the names are. So that looked like a rally returning. I'll go ahead and check out the battle report, just giving them a minute to kind of load. Okay, so we got a crystal mine hit. That's a rally from Dew on the crystal mine. But it looks like they're gonna send home after they take it. Okay. Some solos, God of Death hitting solo on the armory. Okay. So it's 18 to 16, still really early, can't really count anything. Looks like Dew is just sitting back, take deep range sniper shots from their little base, hitting all the main points, the Tower Blessing, supply points. They even got a couple teleport points just in case, for good measure. Looks like FTW is in possession of the training grounds, the 2 Dragon Towers associated with that. Dew is currently in possession of the armory. So, might have some rallies here. So here's a rally. Looks like FTW 3.6 million hit through probably about 5 million, 6 million there. So here's the stats. Again, you don't have any idea who's the Dew guys because they all went ninja mode. Let's see. So here's a supply point. These are solos. So these are solo attack marches moving. 600,000, 497,000. So Dew just went out and snatched up all the real estate. And I'm sure they're shooting at those microcrystals that you see. You'll see microcrystals. See, here's one, yeah. So I'm sure they're holding throughout the map all these little microcrystals. Yeah. See, these don't show up on the main overhead map, but evidently they give good points, and if you're holding them all over the place, I mean, that's a good way to grind out points. And this is exactly what they did last week, is they went around and they hunted out all these microcrystals, and they just maintained steady possession of the entire board for more time. So they were able to score way more points per minute. So looks like I thought I saw some rally movement. No castle rallies or anything yet. Solo. Here's a little rally. So Mr. Pan's contingent, FTW, 4.2 million, knocked out 5.2 million. So good stats. Those are some good stats. It would be a lot funner if we could see the familiar faces of who's who here. So it looks like Dew's sending out some solo single shots, different places. Dew's in possession of the majority of the points. So the score currently 185 to 113. Dew over FTW. So we had a lot of movement at this right here. So let's see what that is. So an offensive loss by FTW. Again at the armory. So it's looking like Dew's staying with the same strategy that's got him here, which is basically possession. Control and maintain more points for more amount of time. And you just grind out massive leads. And once you get the lead, it's really hard to overcome a lead unless you do something really aggressive like attack a castle or something. So no castle rallies yet. Let's go see who's open. They got lots of people open. They still got some shielded, but there's quite a few castles back here in Dew's base that's open. Let's see. At least Troublemaker kept his name. Didn't try any of that weirdo paranoia. There's Troublemaker. You know he's good to at least take a rally or two in here. So I'm sure he will. Here's Beast Mode. He took a rally last week too. This Beast Mode. So he might be up to take another rally this week too. We'll see. Yep. So I mean, couldn't tell you who most of these people are that are all paranoid about their stats being showed, but it would be a lot funner if you could see who's who. So currently Dew is pushing their lead farther, 428 to 120. I see a lot of shields over here. So it looks like Dew is going to try to do that overwhelming superiority that they did last week. I would say FTW is going to have to do some drastic measures as far as scoring. So I would say castle rallies are just going to have to happen. There is a lot of Dew castles open, but there are a lot of strong defenders over here too, so not a lot of them are going to be an easy target. Let's see what we got for battles. Some singles. Rallies on points that were cleared out. So they're recalling from taking. Doesn't look like they're defending on much points at this point. They're just taking, holding, not letting him turn. Okay. So single shots. I see no rallies. Still majority of a red board. And the score is reflecting that. So if you're seeing it mostly red here, and what you're not seeing is you're not seeing the microcrystals. There's a lot of microcrystals that are being held, and you're getting a lot of points per minute off those things too. So it looks like a rally 5.6 million just hit the crystal mine and captured. So let's see that one. So it hasn't registered yet. So they took it, and it looks like they're recalling. So let's see. So it's not showing up yet. But here's a rally from Dark Queen. Looks like 4.6 million versus 3.8. Dark Queen's stats look pretty good. So it's the defender. God of Death. Defensive damage 255. Defensive damage taken 198. That's good stats on defense. Decent. Ooh, so it looks like we got a restriction bomb. Who's restricted here? So we got one FTW guy restricted. I wonder if they're gonna rally that. Let's see. Lord level 58, 500 million power. So he could be under rally right now. It's hard to say. Maybe this Maestro's got him under rally. So we'll see. I see a restriction bomb. You know, they're not cheap to just throw at people. So usually with the restriction bomb, they might try to take advantage of that. So far, nothing. So let's see the battle reports. Oh, here's a castle rally. FTW hit beast mode. So they did go after a castle there. Beast mode, again, didn't disappoint us. He took a rally. That's cool. He's going to turn into one of my personal favorites. Take a defensive rally every time. He'll get my side VIP for the Clash of Kings addict for taking a castle rally constantly. So it looks like something's going on with this castle. I wonder if they are going to rally it. I saw a lot of people going to it. But I think you only get 5 minutes, so 500 million power, I don't know. That's rallyable, but he is a Lord 58, so it's hard to say. I don't see any other castle rallies. Just some single attacks. There's a small rally. 4.5. Oh, we already looked at that. So it looks like Faraz has got a rally up. And it could be that another rally just hit. So I see a lot of movement. But again, from the spectator perspective, it's hard to see exactly. So no big hits yet. Just the single castle rally. So they're actually playing a lot of take and recall and don't let it turn and then give back type of a strategy, but that's only benefiting Do, who just is dominating possession. So it looks like they took the crystal mine. Let's see what happened there. Again, no big battle there. Oh, here we go. So an offensive rally by Solomon's contingent of 4.3 million took out Random Ninja 5.6 million. So you can see the stats of these guys. They got pretty good stats. They don't want you to know who they are, but we'll show their stats anyway. I want to see some more castle rallies. I could have swore they'd try to take advantage of that restriction bomb, because why throw it if you're not going to go after it? But he is strong. So let's see here. Just solo attacks. These 125k, 722k. Those are just single marches. They're taking the points, recalling. I see a lot of movement, but we're not seeing a whole lot of high volume big hits here. It's just they're just both trying to play the possession game, which this is just going to benefit Do, because they just have evidently more people to take these points. So they've got some bombs thrown. Everybody's got bombed. So here's a grand defeat. So single attack on a point. So that was on like the training grounds, looks like. Yeah, so they're not really sitting there and defending much. They're conserving. They're avoiding the rally defenses. So 57 minutes to go. Due up on FTW by 600 points. I mean, that's one powerful castle rally away from a tie. Or just totally pulling away on the other end. Okay, so who ported over here? So Dew ported their king over to the crystal mine. Looks like he's gonna fill that, or he just took it and he's gonna fill it. So FTW just rallied a supply point, and then they recall. So as soon as they rally in, they recall out. It does seem to look like Dew King is going to fill this crystal mine, so maybe he'll sit and defend one there. We'll see. He filled it on his own, though, so he's in there all by himself. So these were some crystal mine hits where he just pounded that from. So they're just exchanging the crystal mine back and forth now. This Solomon could possibly have a rally up. People are moving to him. And then they recall from the crystal mine. Okay, so they're not going to take any unnecessary damage defending rallies at points. I mean, unless you're really coordinated as a team and you're able to get the proper troops in there and monitor those places and what's in there really well. It's really, you're at a disadvantage defending those, especially when you're playing against another really good team that's strong. So that's probably the smarter play. But not as exciting for us. So they're taking turns rallying into the points and then recalling. Yeah, so see, if you watch Dew, they're constantly sending marches to constantly take points, take microcrystals, take these points per minute spots. I mean, they're sending at the Dragon Tower that doesn't really give you much, but they're just taking possession of everything and holding it. And the longer amount of time you're sitting there holding it, you're racking up a massive gain as far as points per minute. There's a lot of unshielded castles over here, so who knows? They might try some more. It looks like, oh, I know who this is. She can't hide from me. There's Cupcake. She's a Gmod. But even she tried to go stealth with the name. I see you falling for that. We're going to identify you no matter what. We'll show you. Looks like Dew's strategy is working out really well. Every point upload, they're just getting a bigger and bigger gap. Okay, so let's see the rallies. No castles. There's a single attack. Single attack. A rally versus a single march. Nothing huge. Okay, so we got a rally set here. It looks like, or maybe disbanded. Early on in the match, they're a little more. Oh, so they sidestepped. Maybe they had got a counter rally set on her. So early on, they're a little more conservative with their troops, but as it starts to get down to it, they might start throwing their soldiers around a little more freely and rallying people. So that looks like we just saw somebody get counter rallied and have to sidestep port, cancel the rally to avoid. I see a lot of movement. They are very active on Dew's side. Still nothing as far as castles go. Still like a rally versus a single legion. Nothing big. So Maestro might have a rally set on something. Could be a point, could be a castle. And it also looks like the Prime Minister, who's a random ninja, also has a rally set. So people are joining. We'll see. I like the new Unicorn Pegasus marches. Those are cool. So it's shooting at Tower Blessing. Looks like it's loading. I don't see it showing up here. We'll look at this in the meantime. So here's a rally versus rally where they defended. Beast mode with the offensive rally with the loss, 4.2 versus 4.7. So Claire's got good stats. Beast mode's got good stats. He's good offense and good defense. 231 offensive damage. Clara with the 264 defensive damage. Some more solos. Still Dew with full possession of the map for the most part. 750 point lead. So it looks like something happened at the crystal. No. Nope. All right, so the crystal mine changed possession. Let's see if we got a report. Sometimes it takes a minute for it to show up in there. So we'll give it a sec. $4.5 million going at the armory from Dew. Dew took possession of the armory. From Clara. That's an offensive victory, beast mode. So they're utilizing some of their other setters. Okay. This is an attack or... That looks like an attack. Maybe it's a rally. Okay, so it might be they're setting a rally. Charlie F setting a rally from the base. Still no castle attacks yet. A lot of FTWs staying shielded. Okay, here's Ironborn. Looks like she just joined a rally. Let's check out Ironborn. Some people might know her. So far, Dew is pretty much dominated as far as the points game goes. So we got a 4.2 million rally going at the training grounds. So they took possession. Yeah, it takes a minute for it to show up on that screen, so we're a little bit behind on that. We have a lot of movement. A lot of march speeds get used. So here's a Dragon Tower single versus solo. Okay, so nothing huge as far as rallies go. A couple times they've been defended. And at these strengths, it's just who's in there with what troops, you know. So, I mean, it could go, one guy can win one and lose the next. So, unless I open each battle report's details, it's really hard to see. Dew is just taking full possession. But it looks like FTW has gained some sort of momentum because they're back under 400 points down from the last point load. So it's 1,600 Dew to 1,192 FTW. So, I mean, that's one serious castle rally hit away from tie ball game. I don't see a whole lot of options to hit over here. That's not really big. Super General Ray. Okay. So let's see if we missed any battle reports. No castle ones. Couple back and forth. Here's a little rally. Queen, Dark Queen. Dark Queen with the offensive loss to some random ninja. And there's the stats. So that's going to come down to who was in there, what they have. Looks like we got another rally being set. What's the time remaining? We got 43 minutes to go. Okay, so most of them's assault skills are used, so there's no rally assault available anymore for most of these guys. They're just gonna have to set and wait, and everybody decides whether or not they're gonna take it. The game slows down now after the first initial push, So FTW is still in this. They're still fighting, clawing their way in. 42 minutes to go. Here comes a rally. I wonder if that went all the way across the board to a castle. No, that went to... That was a single at the training ground. Could have been at a supply point. So here's 4.1 million moving at a supply point from Dew. Oh, here's a castle rally. I thought I saw it was so fast. I thought it was going for one. So they went after beast mode again. Beast mode with another defense. So not bad. He must have big hospital. Let's see, 65, 66 million troops. Beast mode, pretty balanced stats all the way down across the board. Defensive damage 264, 237 defensive damage reduction. He's pretty strong and he's got good hospital. So I thought that looked like it went all the way across the board into the base. So I thought it could have been a castle rally, and it turned out it was. So let's see what else we got here. So beast mode with the 2 castle rally defenses so far is my MVP. We'll start seeing, we'll see, depending on who starts taking and accepting and giving punches towards the end of the match. So 1.8 million looks like a small rally. It's moving at a supply point. We got solo singles. They're still continuing to just anything that turns blue, move at it to turn it back red. They're just trying to carry possession. FTW is now taking the training grounds, the armory, and the crystal mine. They're back to within under 400 points down. So 362 points down. They're mounting a comeback. They're definitely not giving up. So they just sent a rally at a supply point, turned it blue. So there's a single. There's a small rally. So Solomon's contingent beat this random ninja's contingent. So they're starting to mount a comeback. It's definitely like one action away from a point exchange. So we got stink bombed. Who's that? That's a FTW castle that's stink bombed. So no rallies moving. 38 minutes to go. Dew up on FTW by 300 points. 1900 to 1635. Dew's moving a rally at the armory. And they took it. So let's see. Yep, and it's delayed. So and then now they're sending follow-up marches to fill it. So Dew's going to try to work their way back. So 4 million, that's a follow-up rally to fill. Dew's going to try to work their way back into a rhythm. FTW is going to try to work their way back into the game. Do with another incoming rally, this one at the Crystal Mine. It's so far not looking like it changed over. So it might have been a fail there. Let's look. Okay, so that's an offensive failure. 5 million at 5.3 million. Do with the offensive rally. Strong stats. Maestro. Chubby Ben Deem. Sorry, I don't know. I can't do that name. So he's a strong castle too. 289 defensive damage. So they lost trying to take the Crystal Mine. So to within 300 points, they're keeping it close. So Dew's now possessing the armory. Now they're fast moving a bunch of reinforcement marches into it. Once they take it, they're starting to fill it. Okay. FTW is giving them a match. They definitely can't take their foot off the gas. So let's see some reports. Nothing as far as a castle goes. Just some singles. Dark Queen's been pretty active. So Dew is trying to take back possession of the board. FTW did go out and change most of them over, but I don't know if they got fully counted down and switched. It's 300-point game. I mean, 34 minutes to go. That's a lot of time to go with that small of a lead. So this could still go either way. Looks like FTW is in possession of the Crystal Mine. There's a 4.8 million rally coming at it. I don't see it changing. We'll give it a minute to try to read. Okay, so they're changed over. We'll take a look at that battle report. That was a offensive victory for Dew. Some random ninja attacked Chu Ban and won. That was 4.7 versus 5.1 million. This ninja's stats are pretty good. But again, these are March set rallies. It all comes down to the March set when these guys are this strong. Okay, so I'm trying to, for some reason it puts my map button right underneath another button. So Dew's starting to push back on the comeback. Looks like they've gone back to their basics, took control of the board, not letting anything blue change all the way over to blue fully as the timers tick down. They're possessing all of the points or they're in timer. They just sent attacks at the crystal mine, it looks like, but the crystal mine was just taken over. So let's see if there's some battle reports. Nothing really rally-ish. So they just had an exchange over the crystal mine is what it was. And then they're taking, they're fighting over the microcrystals now too, it looks like. Okay. So FTW must have started going after the microcrystals. Okay, so individual points, can't read whoever these the do players are. So do players are at top score 417. FTW top scores at 312, and that would be Chubby, Ban, and Clara. Dark Queen top scores for FTW. It's 2,500 to 2,000. We're getting down to 30 minutes, so I would assume if they are going to rally people's castles, they're going to start doing them in the next 10 minutes is when that will start happening. But they might not. Everybody's playing it kind of safe. So somebody's on fire. Somebody. How come that's not showing up? Because it was just a duel. So this random ninja dude dueled this guy, Arkejas. Probably checking his stats to see whether or not they should rally him. I'll bet they start rallying castles here shortly. Let's take a look. So here's a crystal mine. There's a rally. Maestro with the offensive rally victory over FTD for basically 5 million versus 4.8. For Oz, the stats are good. He's got good stats. There's no doubt about that. Oh, but he must not have been in defense or something. Well, maybe he was. So somebody's moving fast at Charlie, so that he could either have a rally up, or he's being reinforced or attacked. So most likely he's got a rally set on something. So no castle rally yet. Just some single attacks. I see solo marches, a few thousand apiece, moving around, taking points, probably microcrystals, supply points, just basic stuff, but cumulative. Deuce up now, 450 points. So they're FTW is keeping it close. I mean, they're keeping pressure on them. So Dew can't let up. But Dew has held the lead for the entire match. So it's been kind of an uphill climb the whole time for FTW. Just trying to follow some of these rallies as they go. Looks like a lot of single marching to exchange possession points. 26 minutes. I mean, this is close. So if I was on either of these teams, I would be suggesting castle attacks, but it's hard to say, you know, because I'm not in there. I don't know these teams' capabilities, who's who would have, you know, what. So I'm just a side buster right now, just trying to speculate. But I would be saying, let's rally castles. That's what I would be saying. This looked like a 4.2 million rally. Okay, so dude just sent a rally at the armory. Ooh, so that was an offensive loss for this random ninja on the left-hand side. Clara with the narrow victory. 4.8 million beat out 5 million. Sorry, ninja, I can't give you full props because you went ninja. So this could be a double rally at the training grounds. So they're double rallying it before FTW can take possession of it fully. So they didn't let that change over. And that's how you prevent them from scoring, really, is you don't want them to turn that building. You want to change it while it's still counting. So you don't want to give them the capture points of changing the buildings. A lot of single marches go out. The rallies go in, they knock a hole in the door, and then the single marches come in and they fill. Duke continuing to widen their gap a little bit. They were probably sweating it for a minute there. But I mean, it's still a lot of game to play, and its score's not insurmountable. 25 minutes to go, a lot can happen. Bunch of solo attacks. So it looks like a couple of Dew castles have scattered a little bit. So they might have got set on and moved. So they don't move much. They save their teleports to get out of the way, I think. Dew kind of stays put, captures the teleport points, and then just they don't waste teleports moving over to the location. They stay clustered together, and then if they have to, they have teleports to move. That's what it seems like to me. Looks like we could have a rally being set here. It looked like Maestro had a rally up. No castles. Unless that was a solo, I guess. Yeah, it looked like a solo. So they a castle solo there. Nothing too glamorous about that. So far, it looks like this group of random ninjas is gonna win it if they can just continue to keep their foot on the gas. I mean, 20 minutes to go. I don't want to get ahead of myself, but so far from this strategy, as long as they continue to do this, I don't see anything changing unless FTW goes out and starts rallying castles. It's hard to see. So single a troop there. They're just not letting FTW fully capture and rallying in and then sending fast movers to fill right behind him. So this is pretty effective strategy. They did the same thing last week when they just kind of manhandled. Forget who it was they played, but that was a good match too. You can check that out on my channel. Still don't see any castles really on fire besides the one that got dueled right here. We'll keep checking battle reports. Nothing yet. So there's that rally. Offensive loss, but it was not a full rally. 3.8 million. Took on 4.5-ish and lost. And let's see. So there's an offensive loss. Again, undersized reinforcement, maybe rally or something, but not full. There's an offensive rally loss from the random ninja crew. But 3 million versus 5.5 million. Still no castle rallies. FTW doesn't have a whole lot open. They got like a couple targets though that could potentially be rallied. We'll see. I mean, there's still a little time left to do it. Looks like Dues increased their lead though. They're up by 700 now. So after the point load, it's about 700 point lead from Dew. Dew is just, they'll just wear you out. They got enough to just keep going and going and going. We'll see what if we 18 minutes to go, less than 20 minutes to go. Are they gonna start attacking each other, or are we just gonna just kind of twiddle our thumbs till the end? So there's not like a whole lot of targets. Everything that's open over here is probably pretty heavily fortified. So, I mean, it's not as easy. It's not easy said and done. Saying is one thing, but rallying some of these guys is kind of hard. So I'm not getting a load. I can't see any of their castles, and I can't see who they are because they're going anonymous. So that looked like a duel. It looks like a duel going that way. We'll see who got dueled. So this looks like a solo attack. So that must have been a solo hit on a castle. I could have swore I just saw a duel go somewhere. It'll load. So there's a offensive rally attack. 4 million versus 4.1, about the same amount. Clara with the victory on offense. Okay, so that looked like somebody's coming home from something. Du continuing to press the lead. Basically 800 points up, roughly. That looks like maybe a rally cancel. Okay, it looks like he set another rally, Maestro. People are joining. We haven't seen a whole lot of fast-paced multi-rally, combo, counter-punch rally type action this match, but I mean, you can't knock Du. Their strategy is pretty methodical, so they know what they're doing. Under 15 minutes to go. Nope, nothing as far as castle attacks since that solo by Clara. I see some grenades. Come on, guys. Looks like a sonic cannonball that was going by. So maybe they're going to try to weaken and attack somebody. FTW's pretty shielded up. But there could be some potential. I mean, that's a rallyable castle. There's some rallyable castles. General Ray, he's pretty strong. So far, steady as we go. No big changes. No big point swings. Du's just kind of steadily held the lead the entire match. Okay, so looks like FTW double attacked. They're singles. Just a bunch of single hits. They're just gonna slowly just keep going, keep grinding, working the clock. I mean, you might as well. That's the victory, really. Why change it if it's winning? So it looks like beast mode. Beast mode's wearing the hammer. That's fitting. I don't see a lot of fast moving marches, so nobody's really in a hurry. Nobody's really trying to make any mistakes. There's no need. Dude's just kind of grinding away at the lead. They're up now 7, almost 800 points. I mean, FTW though, they didn't give up, that's for sure. They kept going. There's no shame in any of these teams losing to anybody. At this point in Dragon Campaign, everybody, all these teams are the top teams in the game. So to lose at this point, there's no shame in that. And this is a big team game here. Dragon Campaign. So coming down to the end, hopefully we can get a little excitement at the end. We always like to get exciting reports towards the end. Nothing yet. Just like some rallies hitting not full positions. 10 minutes to go. Due up 3,896 points on FTW's 2,991 points. Nothing's changed. Everything's kind of staying the same. Dude's strategy of just overwhelming the map and taking possession is really effective. They got a lot of castles. A lot of castles showed up, and a lot of castles continue to show up every week. So it looks like Dew's sending a rally at the crystal mine. And they took it. We'll see that one. Maestro took it 4 million from 3.8. Eight minutes to go. No castle rallies. Come on, guys, don't let us down. We're trying to watch and see some carnage. At least a little blood and gore. That's what we want to see. I mean, it's good to get the W. I mean, that's #1 priority, but at least give us some blood and gore. So they're active. They're here. They're moving. They're just not giving up. They're relentless for the most part. That's Dew's strategy. Just constant movement. Pretty relentless, really. just not allowing anybody really to take and hold any kind of points per minute building. They just gather them all up, all the microcrystals, all the scoring places. So it looks like this one's going to go Dew's way. There really hasn't been much of a challenge the whole way. It got down to within 350 points there for a while, and that was pretty interesting. But there wasn't really ever a big run on the points. I mean, that was the closest they got, about 350 points. I'd say the MVP of this one, though, that's going to go to, we'll just look at their points, I guess. So individual points, who knows, random people, but I'm going to have to say my personal favorite was Beast Mode taking the 2 rallies. You know, defending rallies, that's my favorite thing, but that's me. Kind of wish we'd have seen some more action like that. 5 or 6 minutes to go. Still nothing castle related. Are they gonna give us one last show? Does anybody, want to give us anything? It's your last opportunity. 5 minutes to go. Anybody want to test their defense? Well, we're all watching. I mean, it looks like a lot of these castles scattered around, so nobody wanted to take a hit, I think. I think these castles are moved because they moved out of position. Because they must have been set on or something like that. So maybe they did try to set some castle rallies and a lot of them moved. It's hard to say. From the spectator position, we just can't see on what's going on the field, really. Here's a small rally. So that's pretty close, but Clara with the slight defensive victory. She did have 4.7 million there compared to 2.3 hitting her. Clara's a good player. So 4 minutes to go. This one's going to be due. They're up by 1,200 points. But I mean, it was close the whole way. This is the biggest point gap in the match. For the most part, it was 600 at the most, 350 at the least. It stayed pretty close the whole match. It was pretty close. Just want to see some castle hits. So less than 5 minutes to go. They're still capturing buildings, not letting them score. Yep. So it looks like people are just going to shield up, not take any chances. I mean, they are real losses, so I can understand that. Why risk it? So we're at 2 minutes 43 seconds to go. FTW still random attacking points, teleport points, whatever. I think they're just kind of, I mean, at this point they're just kind of just fooling around to end the match. We didn't really get a whole lot of exciting castle rallies. They did rally beast mode a couple times, but no big bloody hits where people just took a big shot or anything. So no carnage. Low scoring, defensive type game. 2 minutes to go. So congratulations to Do. Too bad we can't really identify you guys. I know you did that on purpose. You didn't want people seeing your stats, who's got what, but I mean, if somebody was really interested, they could probably figure it out. Either way, the Random Ninja Crew takes the win today. They beat out Faraz the Devil FTW. They will be taking the championship for the H bracket. So we'll see who gets the draw to play who in the championship brackets, but every team that's in this one is going to be good. So I'm sure the championship rounds are going to be just very competitive. I still see people porting, so maybe they are setting rallies and just Do doesn't want to take a rally. But I mean, why would you? I mean, just to take a rally, I guess. No castle rallies to end it. Alright, pretty anticlimactic ending, but Do's going to take the win. 4,472 points to FTW's 3,283 points. I would definitely say Do's strategy is going to be hard to overcome for whoever plays him next. So it'll be pretty exciting to see him finish, how far they get in this. We're back onto the map, and there I am. I like this little castle skin. So I will go ahead and end this stream, but don't forget to like and subscribe. Next time I go live, I'll be doing live streaming for all the DC playoffs throughout the championship, and you'll get the notification when I do go live, and you'll be able to check it out. So this is Darkspear with Kingdom 97, and we are One Alliance signing out.